How many of the bundle?
16.
16. I don't suppose anyone has identified either.
Does anyone have proficiency in an alchemy kit?
No.
I don't believe so.
You're getting into that bread. Well, she's looking at those vials.
It is a sourdough bread.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe a little bit questionable what was used as the starter for this particular sourdough, but it is delicious.
Nice.
Like you start eating it and you're like, kind of.
Am I tempted to just eat the whole thing by myself?
You are tempted to like squirrel away all the other breads without sharing. Give me a Constitution save to see, or you could just give in and do it. And I want a sleight of hand check.
Okay, I'm gonna try to resist the urge.
Okay.
Squirrel all the bread away. But... Oh, okay, I got a 24.
You recognize that you have this urge and you manage to fight it knowing where you are.
Okay. I will maybe ration it out to the others. It's really good.
Okay, give me a resistance for Eric as he takes a bite.
I can keep this kid off of Eric got a 4, which I think is very fitting for a street urchin.
Yeah, and he also has a very high sleight of hand.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna
give him a piece and then hold on to the rest of it, but he might try to steal it.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
I might just have to chuck him into the sea.
The bread or the kid?
I said him.
We have just taken over a hag's hut, had some pastries, and are working on cleaning out her everything. Is that correct?
I think so.
Okay.
Stealing over the vial. Well, I guess we're not stealing it at this point. We're repurposing the vials. Like vial food.
So are you... What are we doing with the crate of...
Is the crate itself magical, or is
No.
it just bones?
It is just a convenient rib cage of parcel movement.
Tsukiko has no interest in a bone cage. If somebody else would like their one.
Wait, sorry, is it a rib cage?
It's like a rib cage, like basket. Like it's woven with like some flesh and like rib cage to hold together.
Okay.
But like it's been severed, right? Like.
So when I blew up the mimic, so it was made out of an outhouse, right?
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, he was pretending to be an outhouse.
Okay, so there wasn't any wood that kind of fell off
No.
of it? Okay. Is there anything in the place that we wouldn't miss if I was to break it up and use it to patch the hole in the wall that my body made?
There's a little like divider wall that's non-structural. It's kind of like it's not wood. It looks like it might have been just like the flesh of something that had been pulled taut, right? But that would plug the hole. You could take the bed if you wanted to use what bed was there, which I probably would recommend because nobody want to sleep in the hag bed.
Yeah, I've eyeballed it. I guess we'll see how long we're going to end up here before I end up doing structural repairs.
I'm amazed the child survived, honestly. It's 3 hit points.
Yes,
Plus
5.
five.
Yes,
Plus
plus 5, 10 for
five.
that remains until long rest.
Oh, nice. Okay. So
What else do we want to?
hunker down here until the next weird thing happens.
Maybe there will be a second hut.
We're just gonna go on hopping from hut to hut, killing hags as we go.
The multiverse will not miss them.
if there's
That's
bread
true.
that would be suitable for your survival.
Yep. Probably.
I am thankful that I don't eat it.
And for whatever the next hour is, that my mirror images are still up, they're still just dancing.
Alright, are we doing a short rest?
If you want to.
Do you want my actions?
I think that depends on if anything exceedingly weird happens in the next hour. If not, then we'll probably just chill out.
Yeah.
Okay. So, nothing exceedingly weird happens as you're chilling. You do, out of curiosity, are we leaving the plants untouched?
Oh, that's right, there was magical
Yes.
soil. Did I have-
Root around in
Yeah, I was about to see if I have mage hand. I don't think I have mage hand. I do not have a mage
there. We have an
hand.
urchin, that's basically just as good.
Tell him to root around in there.
Big kid, go play.
Okay,
Go play in the
go
dirt.
play in the dirt. Pull out the Audrey Juniors first. No, I do not have mage hands. But Tsukiko would
So
find out.
if you look at it, what you see is that these plants, they, after the blood stopped dripping, you could see them kind of skitter across the surface and redistribute themselves around. When the kid got up, right, like the kid that was in there, like laying underneath them, like there's like a little bit of an indent from like where he had been sleeping, but yeah, it's they look like they like to stay on this dirt, but they're not rooted, if you will.
So who wants to stick their fingers in
Not to volunteer anybody, but maybe the guy who probably doesn't have any blood.
We'll just step forward.
So you're gonna root through it?
Yeah. I think first, just to be safe, he's just gonna he's not gonna violently stab into it with his pikes, but he's just gonna kind of poke into the soil a little bit to see if there's anything waiting for him down there. And he's gonna be very sensible to the tactileness of what he's touching.
Okay.
So
Are you gonna try to avoid the plants, or are you gonna try to hit one of the plants?
He's gonna try to avoid the plants themselves and see if there's anything underneath.
Okay, so slowly
Very slowly.
probing the dirt.
Yeah.
Okay. Give me. How do I do this? Give me, let's say, 2 investigation checks or perception checks, however you want to. Whichever skill you want to try to use for this, but I'll say that you have one for the first half, one for the second half.
So the first one is going to be a 19 for a total of 24.
Okay.
You want the second one too?
So as you stick that one in, like it goes clink, and you kind of keep moving. You feel like that whatever it was like shifts past and like lets you go, and you like hear another like lighter. You feel like another lighter something that you hit. So 2 things that you hit,
Okay.
and your magic sense, detect magic is turned off at this point, right? Like
it lasts 10 minutes.
yeah. So
So clink. Is that kind of like something hitting my weapon, or is it hitting something more metal and solid?
it seems like there is a metal solid something that you bumped into with your weapon.
Okay. So it's moving around underneath of there?
No, I mean when you moved your the tip of your pike,
Okay.
you hit it, and
Okay.
you could feel that like that familiar feel of metal on metal.
Okay. He is going to just kind of edge some through the dirt and try to avoid the plants still.
Mhm.
And he's going to just and try to grab on to whatever's down there.
And as you reach in, you find yourself pulling out a dagger.
Okay.
The blade is wretched. Like it's like looks something like maybe it's metal, but it looks like it would be as if it had been crafted by like glass or obsidian, right?
Very wicked looking.
Yeah.
Is there any embellishment, or it's just straight up like an obsidian?
It has infernal ruins on it.
Oh, okay. Is there anything like an arcana or religion check that I could do to maybe identify something about this?
Give me a... Do you want to use arcana or do you want to use religion?
Either way, I'm just saying.
Oh, well, it depends on what you're trying to find out about it.
The source of what the runes are.
The source of what the runes are?
Yeah, so like if there's a particular type of demon or
Okay.
devil that this is attributed to.
Okay. Then I would say it would be religion. 14. You recognize. Yeah, you're not fluent in Infernal, right? Or you don't speak Infernal?
I just speak common.
Okay.
I do.
Okay. Are you assisting with this then?
Yeah.
Okay.
She probably was pointing out where she saw
Okay.
the magic.
So you can read the words. It says something along the lines of one to kill the many. And like as you hold it and you like jab, like you kind of like hold it up and you like move it, you feel your hand like split and like it seems like it stabs 3 times like in your motion. Like God, what's the name of that movie? Pitch Black? Not Pitch Black, the one after that. Riddick. So it's like that kind of movement where you almost are moving through time and space as you move it. Like it but like as you like as it approaches as it approaches you, it doesn't seem to like that effect seems to go away. Like as you move it, like just kind of swing it, it seems to have an effect. But if you kind of like just as you're kind of like checking it out, you move it towards either a human, a drow, or a tiefling, it doesn't seem to have any effect.
So only when I was aiming it to invade space?
Yes.
I find this artifact quite curious. I believe maybe I should hold on to it.
For more illumination?
If it comes to that.
Not for eliminating people by the look of it. Maybe the mirror images, though, seems like you could take out a few of those at one hit.
All the better. So he will hold on to it unless he has a problem with that.
How much of your demon ancestry do you actually have? Like, what level as a tiefling? How much have you invested in like the demon side of your ancestry?
Racially, or as far as like culturally been exposed to?
Both.
Okay. She does not know about who her parents are. She was raised by a tiefling. It wasn't her blood relative.
Okay.
That was very pretty. That is a really good question. I'm assuming he would have taught her a fair bit. She is mostly in tune.
Current politics?
Oh, no.
Okay.
No politics.
Then you have no idea
Okay.
what like nothing.
Yeah, fair enough.
Okay. Are we going for the other thing as well?
Yes. Yeah. So he'll go to the vague area, do the kind of same thing, edge it out, and then reach down.
Okay. Because I find it entertaining. Give me a sleight of hand. I want to see the plants are noticing that something's going on, and they might try to take a chunk out of you.
Okay, so that is a 17 plus 2 for a 19.
Okay, so you put your hand in, and as you you grab it, but as you pull out, you see these plants are now going towards you, and they're it would be as if a rose was trying to bite you, but only gets you on the cheek, right? On the rose cheek, right?
Okay, so you feel it just kind of...
You feel it brush against you, but not no teeth. They miss you, but you feel the brush.
Okay.
In your hand, you hold a clump of dirt with this. It is a circlet that has a stem on it, almost if you imagine a circle with a T hanging off of it. So if you were to put it on your wrist, it would have a little perch almost here, and also on it, written in Infernal, are words. These words are really old. This is an old magic. But as you take it out, it's gold, and the more you clear it off, the more luster and almost flame dances across the edges of it. Just as it's sitting flat in your hand.
Okay.
What do you want to do with it? Or anybody?
He's kind of reading the room with this a little bit.
What is it? Curious to know what the runes say.
What do the runes say?
Here you are bound forever.
Oh.
Nope. Put that back.
I think it's cursed.
He will put it back in the plants.
Roll a. I want to know if Eric is going to try to steal this thing or has any interest in it, because I don't know that Eric has a really great sense for.
If it's shiny, he might want it.
Right, and
Okay.
if nobody else wants it, he might take it,
Alright.
because he's seen a lot of cool magic stuff and he's always wanted one.
Yeah, do you want me to do a wisdom save against this? Since we all seem to think it's a bad idea.
I don't know what on the scale of bad ideas, how bad do you think it is to a kid to take this magical artifact that everybody else is yeah, I don't want that?
I would say, if we said we don't want it because it's trash, he might be more tempted to get it, but if we have the feeling of, we don't want it because it seems dangerous, then maybe he would be less tempted, but also I could see more tempted because it's I'm going to keep this thing.
Let's roll his roll his check. What are we doing? Wisdom?
I would think wisdom.
Let's do wisdom.
6.
Yeah, I'm going to say that he wants it.
Here's the black speech of Mordor.
So let's do an intelligence check to see if he understands what to do with it. So give me an intelligence check, and this is relatively simple, 10.
Okay, you got a 16.
So he takes it and he just kind of puts it on his arm. And as it does, it latches. You see before you can even tell this kid no, he has kind of stuck his arm in this thing, and it retches around and it like digs in, right? Like little teeth come out of it and like clamp into it. He screams out, and there is a little fire imp that like sits there on this perch. Ah! And he like shakes it, and the thing just doesn't fucking leave. Like it's not big. It's like this big.
Aw.
But he seems like he has some weird imp thing on his arm now.
Well, now we learned a valuable lesson today, haven't we, Eric?
Yeah. He's trying to pull it off and
Don't
like
touch infertile shit if nobody else wants it, because maybe it's a bad idea. Now you've got a friend.
he's trying to get it off. We have another half. So give me a perception check if you're going to go for the other half.
Yeah. It's a 10.
10?
Yeah.
You, even with the pointing of where these other things are, you can't seem to find anything. Like you like position to it, but they don't seem to really be helping. I'm going to just remind you to read your artifact. I believe the second or third thing on your artifact.
All right. I will. So he will basically be kind of fumbling around, and he'll whisper something under his breath, and he will activate Algernon, which is when you attempt a perception check, you may add +1.
Okay. And the two of you, as well as Eric, see now the skull that is on the pike that's behind his head rotates and starts whispering in his ear. And sure enough, you clink into something.
All right. Same story. He's just going to, despite the fact that he has a bad feeling that it's just going to be infernal objects buried in this garden, he's going to kind of etch in the dirt, and this time he is going to try to lift a little bit more of the dirt around it without destroying the flowers, just to kind of give himself a little bit more of an area to dig into the area that he's laying in.
So, as you change your approach, you're disturbing more of the dirt. You accidentally discover the other one that is over there. It just kind of like flops out, and you can see it now, like on the surface. The one that you're going after, like pokes out a little bit, and so you can actually see both of them now on the surface.
What does it see?
One, you can just see like the edge of something that looks metal, kind of sharp maybe. The other is looks like a I don't even know how I can describe this shape. Like a semi-crescent with a bunch of little spikes hanging off of it. Like it could be a piece of a pendant or a piece of a like necklace, or maybe it is a necklace hanging from like if you could probably use it as a necklace, or it may be a part of a plate of armor. Hard to say exactly what this thing is, but it's tiny. Like if it was a plate of armor, it wouldn't cover very much.
So, if enough of that is visible, he will turn his head to Tsukiko and he'll say, "Can you read this so we can not there?"
Should we look at it? Is there anything written?
Written? No.
No.
But it does look like it has been masterfully crafted. Like it looks, I mean, if it were a it looks like it could adorn the neck of some type of high-ranking official.
Does it inflict a devilish figure?
Oh, it definitely has devilish
Okay.
overtones to it.
Okay.
I should say, devilish overtones.
Does this sigil mean anything to my character?
It looks, I will say, the best, under even the best circumstances of running through your brain, you could possibly like have seen it in the past, but like where or when in all of your time in existence, hard to say. Like it looks official, right? Like you see it, and even you see it, and you're like, something about this like gives off the air of it's official.
Hey, Tsukiko, can you talk to that little imp on that kid's arm?
She will kind of look at the tiny imp, and she will speak in Infernal to it and say, "Do you speak?"
Go fuck yourself.
It speaks.
Great, cool. Does it know what this thing is?
Probably not, or it might not share it. And she will.
Tell me when you're speaking in Infernal.
Yes.
Yep.
She will turn back to it, and she'll actually look to the boy. She says, "You try speaking to it."
What's your name?
No
Nothing?
effect.
Okay. So he's not attuned to it. It's not his imp. So she will look at him and say, in Infernal, "Do you know what this is?
What is it to you?
What is it to you?"
Go fuck yourself. And he just kind of
Huddles back down.
you get like between his response and like just his mannerisms, this looks like you didn't see it at first because of the size, but like this looks like an old aged imp, like not the kind of like youthful like young imp that would like the size might imply like a baby imp. Like this is like an imp who has been around for a fucking long time and doesn't take no shit from no one.
He's crotchety.
Whatever. Worth a shot, I suppose. So what else is in there?
Eric like shakes it, and you hear the imp like he looks over his shoulder at Eric. You fucking yuts. And that's all that he has to say.
I guess he will just reach for the shark thing first because that's the deeper one, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so he'll go for that one first, and then if you can get that one out, then he'll go for the more shallow one.
So when you when you go for the sharper object, it is a like a so it is like a blade, like a blade that is arranged kind of in a star. So like as you pull it out, like it's a dagger. It is like almost a ceremonial dagger, but the blade has like one blade like this, another blade like this, and then another blade like this. But in between them, they have extra points, right? So it's like a single blade, and then this one has 2 points like this, and then the other side has 2 more points. So if you were to stab somebody with it, it would have like 1 slash down the middle, and then 6 additional points in it.
Yeah.
And it would draw a lot of blood.
He would just look to the dagger at this.
But it can only be used for stabbing. Like if you tried to slice with it, it looks like it would just glance right off.
He just kind of speaks out loud. It looks like this one has found its brother.
You're gonna need more arms, man.
I believe I can resort to these two at once. And then he would just kind of... And then he would check the sigil with Tsukiko.
Is there anything on it?
There's nothing on it, but there are 4 eyelets that looks like you could either put it into a large, elaborate neck piece, right? Like an elaborate neck piece, and there are it's like a silver and black tarnished moon shape, right? So if you used it, it looks like it would go into a piece of necklace, like a necklace, as a breastplate on necklace.
Did the hag have anything on it like that?
Didn't find anything like that.
Yes, you never know.
When we dissected the body and got the rock and the arm off, is there any relation between the thing underneath of the hag arm and this?
There is no relation to as you pull the piece out of her arm, if you're carving it, the flesh away from it, what you are surprised to find is something that almost looks celestial, and around she had pushed it into her skin, forced it there, but as you cut it open, it kind of sizzles the skin itself. She must have been in a lot of pain, as it seemed to be rejecting her flesh. But puts off a very strong magical aura once you have it, once you can actually see it. You get the sense from it that it is holy and magical. The stones, when you take them out, seem to simple inspection seem to be just weird white stones. No similarity to the neckplate.
So he's gonna continue to just kind of rut around in there until he confirms there's nothing left but the flowers, and then if there's nothing else, then I think he would kind of turn to them and suggest we should.
So as you're running around, you find one last thing in there.
Okay.
You notice the flowers are getting a little bit sluggish. You find just a simple chain in there, but as you take that chain out of the dirt, all the flowers wither and die.
Does the chain work with the necklace at all?
You could lace it into there if you wanted to, but it's a 2-foot long chain, just a section of chain. It doesn't seem to have clasps on the end or anything.
Okay.
Can you put it back in the dirt and the flowers come back to life?
You would test it.
You see where you put it in the dirt, those flowers seem to sprout back up, just in that little spot.
You just remove it and just I think we should take our time to learn what the can about these artifacts.
Yeah, sounds good to me. I don't think we're going anywhere.
Well, we might.
Well, I we can control where we're going, I guess. I guess we could sit outside so we can keep an eye out for any other weird rocks going by.
So by this time, it is... You've been in the stream for between 6 and 8 hours. So for you, it would be getting close to nighttime. For you, it would probably be... you would already have been awake for a couple of hours, so you'd probably be getting pretty tired as well. I would say that you're probably a little bit more tired than the rest because of just where you are. You were probably had been up longer.
As part of my rituals, I technically don't get tired.
Oh, right.
Yeah, so I'm just kind of chilling right now.
So you'll note it has already been a lot of day since the last time you've seen the sunrise.
I think he would just kind of suggest, hey, let's settle in as we study. Perhaps you all should find some rest.
You want to sleep inside or outside?
There is a unique odor emanating from this place. It is somewhat the smell of now that the hag has been dead, you see some of the house starting to decay and crumble a little bit as whatever magic she had been sharing with it seems to be dissipating.
Okay.
The house seems to be aging. Let's put it that way. Quickly.
Do any of the magical items that we have tarnish more with time, or are they just kind of?
No, they seem to all be fine. What are we doing with those potions? Did we take them, or we leave them underneath there? Most of everything else that you found was either, let's say, weird. I don't mean to say this in the wrong way, but Wiccan bric-a-brac, right? It's
That's fair.
nothing there seemed to be very durable, other than what you found in the pit, on the hag, or under the floorboards.
I suppose one thing we could try is use that chain to bring a flower back and then dump the potion on the flower, see if that does anything. I don't recommend any one of us drink a strange potion that we found in a hag hiding hole. Just a suggestion.
Sit down and look towards the child.
I mean, yeah, we do have technically kind of a guinea pig right here, but I mean, I should probably try to keep him in one piece to get him back to his guardian.
He would lift the dead box of flowers after walking inside, kind of set it outside, and then he would see if the chain still does anything. I just kind of put it in there. Okay, so whoever's got the potions can.
Or one of the 16 potions onto the flower.
Okay. I need everybody to roll initiative.
Heck yeah.
Alright. I rolled the same number. That's what I had the last time. Doubles.
I got a 14.
And I don't know if I have the mini for this.
Is that going to try a random potion that we found?
No, well, not like this.
If we're fighting a monster, then we should all drink a potion so we all become the same monster.
It just turns into a kaiju.
Yes. We got
There's-
4 Godzillas on this little tiny rock.
No, space is literally not big enough for the two of us.
So this is not out here, I guess. That's the flower box.
Yeah, that's the one I want.
That kid's gonna be like, oh shit. It's like in the worst place.
He might not have been nearby, but he is now.